What's up, guys? It's Jack from GrowJack Outdoors, and today it is the Thursday garden update. And man, do I have some bad news. You guys are probably sick of hearing bad news. I'm sick of having bad news. Oh my gosh, this has been one of the most problem-filled years of growing that I have ever had. At the beginning of the year, my first round of seeds didn't sprout. And then we got a late start. Everything was going good. And then a deer came in, ate my pumpkin plant, and tore up some of my watermelon plants. We also had a windstorm that threw my ground cover up and tore plants up. And then last video we had raccoons get in the patch and scratch up our watermelons. So I think like 2 days after I posted the last video, which was 2 weeks ago, I didn't make a video last week, I realized one plant had aphids on it, which aphids is a little bug that gets on the bottom side of your leaves and just tears your plant up. I usually have it every year, and I can usually get rid of it if I catch it fast enough, which I caught it earlier than I ever have before. There was only like 3 leaves that it was on. So I usually spray 7 spray or neem oil, switch between the two, and that takes care of it. So I sprayed the one plant, which I'll show you right now. I sprayed this plant. And that didn't help. So I just kept on spraying it, and they eventually spread to the whole patch. I'm not going to show you all the plants because we still have to walk through them. But yeah, devastating. I don't know if any of the plants are going to make it all the way through, but I'm still spraying 2 gallons of 7 spray or neem oil every night. I don't know how these bugs are still alive, but I have no idea. If you guys have any recommendations on how to get rid of aphids, let me know. But what I'm doing has always worked, and I don't know why it's not working. But on the good side, we have some big old watermelons to show you. Big progress. So let's take a look. Alright, here's the first plant, and this side has aphids, but it hasn't really affected it as much. You can see that some of the bugs are black, and then some of them, the eggs are yellow. So those are the bugs right there, and then those are the eggs. And they're just everywhere. Like you can see right here is where it's impacted this plant the most. Let's look at those leaves. It's the worst I've ever seen it. And they just get on your hands and ugh. Okay, I went and washed my hands off, but this plant is getting torn up right here by the aphids, and then it's still pretty healthy right here, but the leaves still have aphids on them every once in a while. And you can see the weeds over here. I'm sorry, I really haven't had time to weed like in the middle over there, but this I usually shoot through here with a weed eater like you can see down here, but the leaves are all over right here. I don't think these have, oh, yep, those have aphids. So, everything has aphids right now. But let's look at this watermelon. This guy is big. This is a 100-pound watermelon, I think. I didn't estimate it today, but I estimated all the other ones. It's about the same size as the other ones, so this one's probably 90 to 100 pounds. Heck yeah, and hopefully, since this plant is going downhill pretty fast, it hurries up and puts another maybe 20 pounds on. That would be really nice. Just give you one more look at this plant. On to the second plant. This plant's getting impacted by the aphids a lot. And this is our biggest watermelon, I think. You can see all the dead leaves. And right here, all the aphids on the bottom of those leaves. Like, it's just terrible. You can see all the dead vines and dead leaves right here. Just terrible. But let's look at the watermelon. Sheesh. That thing is big. Huge. So weird. Look at the, like, lumps in the side of it. It's pretty weird. But this one is estimating 119 pounds. So hopefully we can make it to 120 before these plants just go ahead and die. So that's that. On to the third watermelon plant. This one is probably the most healthy out of all of my plants, which isn't saying much, but you can see all these leaves. These still have aphids on them, but not as bad. They're not just sucking the life out of them like every little millimeter they have an aphid. But you can still see over here by the stump, the leaves are starting to die. And I didn't see any aphids on that leaf, so it's a good sign. There's some aphids right there. But right in here is where they're impacting it the most, I think. Yep, look at that big old leaf. Big old healthy leaf. Within the next week, that will be dead because of all those aphids. Terrible. Let's look at this watermelon. This one's actually really big. This one is estimating 99 pounds. So that's 3 100-pounders so far. And here's AJ's watermelon plant. Ugh. This is so heartbreaking. Like, AJ is so excited this year to grow a watermelon, which we have. We have a pretty big watermelon that you're about to see. And he's just been through all of it with me. Like, his plant's the one that got damaged by wind. His plant's the one that got eaten by raccoons. His plant is the one that got eaten by deer. And now his plant is the one that got a lot of the aphid damage. Like, gosh. Look at all those vines that died. We still have some greenage right here, but it's starting to turn yellow. It'll be gone in the next few days. But, guys, AJ's still going to be very excited because I do think this watermelon is 100 pounds right now. It's estimating 107. Jeez, look at that thing. That is a big old watermelon. That is awesome. You can see the damage from the raccoons. And I do think it's going to heal up fine. It's pretty solid. Healed up just fine. And now we have a 100-pound watermelon that AJ grew. So he's going to be super excited. Even if his plant died, he's going to be super excited. And here's where it all started. This is the first plant I found the aphids on. It had like 2 or 3 leaves that had aphids on them right there. And I sprayed, trenched all the plants. And they just kept expanding to all the plants. I sprayed 7, I sprayed 8, I sprayed neem oil. I sprayed all of the above. Every single day, like I've sprayed for the past 2 weeks on full blast every night. Like 2 to 3 gallons over all the stuff. And it's just not helping. I don't know. So you can see all this is dead right here. And then we have green, green, green all the way through here, but we still have aphids all over everything. So I'm not sure what to do. Let's look at this watermelon. This watermelon's probably 60 pounds. And look at all the damage on it. I don't think it's going to be getting any bigger anytime soon, but that really healed up good right there. And usually say, after I look at my plants, looking good, let's move on to the next one. It's not looking good. Alright, our last watermelon plant. This plant I was super excited about last week because it was putting on a monster watermelon. And this was a monster seed genetics, so I was super excited. But looks like the aphids are going to take this one down with it. And all the leaves are just covered, which is expected. But when you look at this watermelon, the few days it had to grow, it got huge. It's estimating 77 pounds right now, and it is just like the perfect shape. Short, it's squatting, it's tall. It's a big sucker. Alright, we're at the backyard garden. We have some good news and some bad news. But we'll start at the pepper plant. You can probably already notice cucumbers are dead. We'll get to that here in a minute. But sprinkler's about to spray me. But anyways, these pepper plants, they've been doing terrible all year. And finally, look what we have. We have little baby peppers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 peppers. 9, 10, 11. 12, 13. We got a lot of peppers on this. I don't know if I counted those. I don't know if I counted those. Heck yeah. But I think there's only going to be one person eating them. It's my dad. They're very hot. Alright, the cucumbers. This cucumber is toasted. The heat got to it and kind of went downhill slowly. But we got our fair share of cucumbers out of it. I think we harvested, I don't know, over a dozen, I know that. Alright, now the tomato plant. This tomato plant hasn't been doing very good all year, and then it's been doing good, like, growing a plant, but not producing fruit. And then, all of a sudden, we have a bunch of tomatoes. We got those, all of those on there. All through here. There's several down there. I think we have over 20 cherry tomatoes on here. So, just waiting for them to get red. They got the black on them because they're black cherry tomatoes. But that plant is doing awesome. Really good. And we got more babies over here. That's the end of the garden update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go down there, ring the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next video.